All right, living in the projects, Black History style. Last night I was watching Dante London, and he was saying make videos about several different topics. He made a couple of videos about living in the projects, what's a project apartment looks like. And I got thinking about when I used to live in the projects. I lived in the projects with my family from 1991 to 1997. It's two projects in close proximity to each other, and everybody just called it Winton Terrace. But one was called Winton Terrace and the other was called Findlater Gardens. People will call it Brick City, the T, or the Terrace. So, some Black history facts for that. Winton Terrace is a historic housing district in Cincinnati, Ohio, with a rich history. The Cincinnati Metropolitan Housing Authority and Public Works Administration built Winton Terrace between 1940 and 1941. It was the first housing project in Cincinnati. When it opened, Winton Terrace was for whites only. African Americans were not allowed to live there until 1958. Winton Terrace is in the Winton Hills neighborhood, north of downtown Cincinnati. The district includes 92-story multifamily residential buildings and one administrative building. The buildings have modern fixtures and appliances and ranges from 1 to 5 bedrooms. There are also townhomes for disabled residents. Winton Terrace and nearby Findlater Gardens are among the largest properties in CMHA's portfolio. The properties are home to thousands of Cincinnatians. The properties are scheduled for rehabilitation to ensure they remain so that they remain safe, affordable, and dignified housing. As you watch the video, all of that seemed like a whole, that rehabbing it, dignified. It looked like they don't care, not one bit. So the first excerpt I read straight from Google, off of Google. Now this history fact about Winton Terrace is coming from Wikipedia, and it reads: Winton Terrace is a Cincinnati Metropolitan Housing Authority project built for low-income Cincinnati citizens. It was the first housing project in Cincinnati, which was stated before. It opened in 1940 as whites only and did not take African American families. African Americans were not allowed until 1958, but only because CMHA had built another white-only project next door to Winton Terrace named Findlater Gardens. So that's the history of how Winton Terrace and Findlater Gardens came into existence. It was made for white people only. I can't make this up. So I decided to do some research on the community, and that's how I found out that Winton Terrace and Findlater Gardens was specifically for white families only. I can't say that I was surprised, but I was surprised. And they say that most, if not all, projects in the U.S. were made specifically for white families, and that these projects were built for tough, meaning these projects could withstand a lot of trauma, such as inclement weather like tornadoes, hurricanes, blah blah blah, they were able to, withstand catastrophes. I guess that's a better way to say it. And you can type in Winton Terrace right here on YouTube and get the full 411 on the goings on in that neighborhood. There is a plethora. When I say a plethora of news broadcasts about different calamities that are taking place in this neighborhood, such as unalivings, a load of unalivings to this day. After we moved out of there, I just kind of like, I guess you say disassociated myself with it altogether. So I really had no clue, because I don't watch the news or anything of that nature. So when I lived there, I didn't experience a whole lot of bad things personally. So I can't say anything negative about it. Only thing that we had at the first apartment were roaches. They had roaches, but they came up with some type of bug killer, so that eliminated them, and we never had them again. I saw a broadcast of a lady. She's saying that their home in Winton Terrace is infested with rats. Like, they just show videos of the rats marching on the stoves, and I can't relate to none of that stuff. It's like the community just like took a downward spin, and I was pretty shocked to see what I saw today, or on this day. Whenever you see it, I was taken back. You're looking at the old Cape High School, which was renamed Jacob Center, and then the Jacob Center closed, so I don't even know what that school is called now. I figured I'd share that little tidbit. Cape was like an athletic school for, athletes. Now I'm on my way to show you this store. I want to say that it was black owned. The gentleman who worked the store, his name was Cornell. We called it Cornell, so I'm going to assume it was his store. He was a black gentleman. Pulling into the parking lot right now. All right, back in the day, this store used to be called Cornell's in the early 90s. This was Cornell's. We'd come up here and buy our little snacks and little toiletries and things of that nature. But I guess they got a little store here now. They call it Treetop Grocery. So I don't know. Never been there. Now I'm about to be leaving the parking lot of the old Cornell's corner store and headed to the top of Findlater Gardens. I was talking about those iron fences that they had up. As I reflected, my reflections gave me the answer of they took and cut off all types of area, like in the back inside, by putting up fencing to keep people from getting away from the police so easily. That's my educated guess on that, as to why they put up all those steel iron fences, was so people couldn't easily get away from the police. Because as I stated, it was very open and obviously very easy to get away. If you were trying to get away from something, you just make a dash for it and be out. So they probably was working with the Cincinnati Police Department on how to combat stopping people from getting away from them when they come to apprehend someone for something they might or might not have done. I just think that it looked extremely tacky, in my opinion. Like how they just took away whole parking lots and playgrounds. But I mean, I guess I get it. There was a lot of unalivings, and like even behind where I lived at 805 Dutch Colony Drive, there had been some unalivings back in the day. So unalivings and you know, drug activity. So I guess they figured out a way to stop it, but it don't look good. It looked like a prison. To me, that's what it looked like. These people are caged in, and I don't like it. It just looked like the owners don't care. All right, back in the day, because it was back in the day, this used to be a driveway that led all the way back to a parking lot. You had dumpster, like a little play area, clotheslines to hang your clothes, barbecue grill, like barbecue grills that was mounted into the ground, had those, and they just kind of started apparently caging everybody in. And I stayed right over there in that building. You can't even walk back there. It has changed dramatically since I came up. Like it was not no fence. There was no fences. You could just walk straight back. I don't want to be walking in nobody's backyard. If you could even probably can't even get through there. It's probably a special way. But I'm walking up Hebron to Dutch Colony. So many memories. So this is the area that I used to live in. I don't want to be getting nobody on film. But yeah, this is crazy. It didn't look nothing like this. I don't know if they had a fire or somebody broke out their window or what, but you used to be able to just walk freely. Now they got them all caged in. I stayed We stayed right here at 805. We stayed here for like a year and a half. So we stayed out here in this particular complex for like a year and a half, and then they started remodeling, and so they moved us up the street, and I'm gonna take a walk up there, but this is how it looks in the back now. Whew. This is sad. Lord have mercy, that's all I can say. So I'm gonna walk up the street. To where they have moved us to.
That's what I love. See? Now let's go. No. See what? What your brother said. You still be in touch with him? Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Slow down. Now we're back.
So I showed you the old store called Cornell's. We used to be able to walk straight through there. It look like you can still. I guess they knocked down the gate. Yeah, you can walk through there now, but walk straight through there, through the little area. Go to the store, get our little candy, potato chips and things of that nature. It feels weird because I haven't been through here in years, other than, well, it's still been years. When I was a bus driver, you know, I'll pick up children and take them to school. I can't even lie, it really looked like the projects now. And it's always been the projects, but it looked really project-y. That ain't a word, but we're gonna go with that. Trash cans in the front. This is terrible. Ooh, terrible. It was dangerous back in the day. A whole lot of unalivings, lots and lots and lots of fights. All right. Apparently this is a memorial site. Something happened right here. I guess somebody was 30 years old. I don't know. It say 30 on that balloon. But I stayed at 873. After we moved from 805, we moved to 873. They started their rehabilitation or revitalization up here first, and then they moved the middle section where I showed you. They moved the middle section up here after they was done giving it a little razzle dazzle. But it didn't look this ran down. It didn't look ran down back in the day. This looked very ran through. And it's sad. It's really sad. And coming up, I didn't know it was like I didn't know it was like the projects or whatever. When I was coming up, we moved here up to Ohio in 90. My mom moved us down here in 91. And we moved out from 873 where I just showed you in 97. Yeah.
Tears that I won't give back. What you like with tears? It's blood on with tears blood. Yes, blood on with tears blood. You not with it.
Uh-oh, that man sound nuts. Gotta keep your friends with you just in case. But yeah, as I was saying, we moved to Winton. This was Findlater Gardens, but we called it Winton Terrace. It's two projects in one. One is Findlater Gardens, which is this area, and then you got Winton Terrace, which is down the hill. I'll drive through there. Yeah, I don't know what they call themselves doing, CMHA, what they call themselves doing to this, but it looked like a prison. Very prison-y vibes. I want to say it's a third project, but I couldn't really get any information on it. I just walked down Dutch Colony. You can see visibly it's a lot of work that need to be done. I don't know if they're gonna do anything about it, but they need to do something. It looked depressing. I figured I would continue my research into Winton Terrace's rich history and see when the whites moved out of Winton Terrace, since I knew when they moved in, which was 1940. I found out that they disassociated themselves with Winton Terrace in the late 1950s to early 1960s, and by the mid 1960s, Winton Terrace was predominantly black. Yep. Predominantly black. Like some white folks said, we don't want nothing to do with them. That's got to be a very depressing life, to go around hating people merely for the shade of their complexion. Winesty and Dutch Colony. Got the community center. Winton Hills Recreation Center, where you can play basketball. And you used to be able to swim. I don't know if you can still swim or not, but they used to have a pool. Oops, it look like they still got pools back there. Go swimming and stuff like that. Okay. The boys is down here. Now this is Winton Terrace. I guess something happened. Oh, SWAT. Look like SWAT is here. Shucks. SWAT. SWAT in progress. I was really surprised that with this heavy police presence and all them guns and whatever other equipment they had, that it just seemed like a regular normal day. Everything was carrying on as usual, like nobody was affected. I was like, well, I don't know no one that lives in Winton Terrace or Findlater Gardens. I don't have no reason to be over here other than to make my video. So I said, bullets don't have a name, so let me go ahead on and skedaddle up out of here for my safety. If you like what I do here on my channel, I would like for you to give me a big thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. Check out one of the cards to the left or the right of the screen. And I'll see you in another upload later.